like that. You know what I mean? No disrespect to the artists that do their thing, but that's just how I personally see it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's two types of music. There's things that's commercial, that's to sell. Those things are to sell, and also to get you to consume. And there's music that's for your conscience. You know what I mean? I'm not really of course, everybody enjoys certain commercialized music, but that can only really take you so far. It's the music that's gonna uplift your consciousness, especially in these times. People really don't know what's really going on, and it's up to the artist to keep people aware. You know what I'm saying? It's up to people like myself to say, listen, man, everything isn't what it seems. It's not all good out here. It's just not all good. You know what I mean? We should be uncomfortable with what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? We should be revolutionaries, and that's it. It's just that simple. I don't got time to be singing about, you know, the cars I got and the bling, and then mixing it with this and just throwing music together for no reason. There has to be a purpose behind it. You know?
Your father had a press conference one time, and they asked, somebody said something to his ear, and he said, "What? We're not time to sing about love things and Michael Jackson and Prince."
Listen, darling, I blood clot love you thing.
Yes.
See, they use music to brainwash the masses, but my music is to liberate and to uplift. You know what I'm saying? And to strengthen and to firm up the people for what's about to come.
Tosh1, I just want to hail you up and respect you for a couple things. This and That Band, friends with them on the East Coast, Fully Fullwood on the West Coast.
Yes,
both are solid. So when you come correct.
Give them
so your choice of musicians, paramount. Okay?
Let that love.
And also, what I respect is that you didn't jump the gun. You didn't come forward until it was the right time. I was blessed to interview your dad on 2 occasions. One time in his home, about 2 weeks before he was shot. Okay? He was a very angry and militant individual.
And trust me, I'm 100 times worse. You just see me in my calm state, right?
So if it was flowing in his blood, I know you have it genetically.
It is.
And the best is yet to come.
Yes, it is, sir.
So I'm really happy that Long Beach got a chance to get a glimpse of you in your infancy. Because I see you have a long road ahead of you.
Give thanks.
And basically, just enough respect, and also just Tosh1 will clarify, you know, why you chose to use Tosh in your name and one next to it.
All right, Tosh, I wanted to represent, with the name Tosh, I wanted to represent my father, because first and foremost, I believe that my father's message in the earth, to me personally, was the highest message to be paid attention to, period, point blank. My father was one that didn't compromise truth, you know what I mean? And he lived and died for what he believed in. And that's someone who I could see as an example. To me, he's like a modern day prophet, you know what I mean? And I chose the name One because me and my father are one. I don't really see us as anything different. I don't see myself as a second generation. I see myself as a continuation of what he started from the very beginning. You know what I mean? And I know that my father feels the same way, you know. And I believe sometimes that's maybe why he was murdered, because with the two of us here, it would just be really problematic for Babylon. So, you know, I'm just continuing on the works and keeping the fight and keeping the struggle going, you know what I mean? Yeah, bun down the shit still. Yeah.
What university did you attend, and what pursued you for economics, majoring in economics?
I attended Northeastern University and majored in economics. And one of the first things I learned in economics, and this is what really sparked my fire, and it wasn't even in university when I learned this. I actually took economics at a private school called Northfield Mount Herman in Massachusetts. And one of the first things that the teachers taught us in economics class was that 5% of the world's population controls 95% of the wealth. And when I heard that, I didn't think I really needed to hear anything more. The revolution needed to be on. This is the reality. You might think you're balling because you got make 100,000 a year, or 200, or even $500,000, or even $1 million. But what you're making is chump change compared to the real elite, to those that really run the world, and they don't want to share. You know what I'm saying? If y'all sent me out to buy a couple boxes of pizza, and I come back here with one slice, like share it, y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy, right? You're gonna be like, Tosh, where the rest of the slices at? But these people have already taken up everything and left a little bit of crumbs for the 95% to fight for. And this is a fact. This is not an exaggeration. I learned that in like 1998. It's been 12 years. That best believe that power has been even more consolidated since then. Because at that point, you can't help but to consolidate more power. So that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? It's about controlling the wealth and consolidating power. All of these corporations that you buy stuff from, they own it. All of these banks that you get money from, they own it. They run everything. Until we stand up for our rights, until we get up and stand up for our rights, it's going to be the same situation, because they don't have a heart, they don't care. Their only concern is getting richer and getting more power and being in more control of your life. And that's just the simple reality. I'm never gonna stray from that. I'm never gonna go away from that point until I see that reality change. Bless it.
Are you going to try to address that through individual songs?
Yes. You can check out Get Up Stand Up on YouTube. I did a slideshow. I'll be doing a Get Up Stand Up video as well. But my music has to be education, because there's a lot that's hidden behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying, that people don't normally get the chance to research. I'm a person that I love to research. I want to know myself. I want to know what's going on behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying? I'm not watching the show. I want to know what's going on behind the curtain, and even behind that. You know what I'm saying? And until we get in the habit as human beings, because every day we have the opportunity to rise up in the morning and seek truth. You know what I'm saying? Christ said, I am the truth, I am the way, I am the light. That means seek truth, seek knowledge, seek wisdom. Know the world that you live in. That's the only thing that we have to offer our own children. You know what I'm saying? It's truth. You know, not Happy Meals, man. It's truth.
Maybe it's time for another album, Armageddon time.
Yeah. What's that?
Maybe it's time for another album, Armageddon.
Yeah, definitely.
Any more questions from media? You have a question, sister? Any other?
I am FullSight.com. Thank you to Melody for contacting us. Much appreciated. Big fan of your dad's work.
Yeah.
Really happy to be here. New music, release dates, videos, etc.
We got Get Up Stand Up available on iTunes. You can also get a copy of the CD here. We got T-shirts. We're bringing out Babylon Burn in the single, which is going to be the single off the title track, and the album will be being released in the fall. So look out for that. And then we'll be dropping a couple of more singles off of that, pushing that up into 2012, and then the futures, whatever comes, you know what I mean? So yeah, we got everything in the making right now. Just stay in tune, man. Check out Get Up Stand Up. Check out some of the live performances on YouTube. Just stay in tune, man.
Any more questions for Tosh1? Media, otherwise? If you wouldn't mind, if I could stand in front of the backdrop and want to get your shots in just now, you take this opportunity